False Creole a hula dunye a shaw, gu pat geruch, there's an shaw and stray immen Camogie, that alba is Ede, da vile Fikitse Coig. False war, munchen here in freshen, ma has your color in shot, YouTube, August Tashinye, Chris Gaelic, the Fjord and the knowing, Linje. A warm welcome everybody here to the Buck Park in Inverness for the 2025 Mowi Shinty Camogie International between Scotland and Ireland, broadcasting throughout the world here on YouTube. And I'm Ewan Mackay-Stewart here alongside the Connacht Association media team, and we will be giving you all the action here in English with a little bit of Gaelic and a tiny wee bit of Irish, a couple of fuck-ups to make sure everybody's included here as we look for really a very historic occasion. It has actually been 21 years since the full Scotland and Ireland teams met in the Shinty Camogie International. Those of you hearing our proper Scottish Celtic welcome here from the City of Inverness Pipe Band, and this is a really fascinating lineup. 21 years ago it really was an enactment of a really quite brutal game for Scotland that day, quite chastening, and over those times women's game in Scotland, Shinty has developed incredibly over that time, and we're looking forward to this as well. Played also on the main arena here, a rare event in the last few years for the Scotland team, Scotland's women's team, but again showing the strength of the growth in the women's code in the last decade in particular. Scotland's team as well, the numbers are, there's no changes as far as we know. Number 1 between the posts is Joanne Galanders Alhaber. We've got Christina MacDonald, number 2, number 3 Ciara MacDonald, number 4 Rachel McCafferty, number 5 Captain Mary Duncan, number 6 Mary Stewart, number 7 Kirsty Deans, number 8 Caitlin McLean, number 9 Megan Ralph, number 10 Rona Stewart, number 11 Zoe Reid, number 12 Rona McIntyre, number 13 Beth McClellan, number 14 Elena McLennan, number 15 Ali McVicker, 16 Amy Ditcher, 17 Natalie MacDonald, 18 Hazel Hunter, 19 Lexi McLeod, and 20 Hannah MacDonald, and they are under the management of the greatly experienced Ross Brown, but ably assistant. It's not providing the feminine touch to that management team are the two legends of the international team, Katie Drain and Laura McCafferty, who played for Scotland on many occasions, and they are coming up against a very strong Ireland team. A very strong Ireland team. Aoife Corcoran, number 1, number 2 Casey Kelly, number 3 Jervil McLaughlin, number 4 Katie Rose Bell, number 5 Gráinne MacDonald, number 6 Aoife MacDonald, 7 Derval McGee, 8 Shanna Hegarty, 9 Aisling Thompson, 10 Amy Quinlisk, number 11 Saoirse McCarthy, that's the captain of Ireland today, number 12 Steve Brown, number 13 Aisling Hagan, number 14 Anya Cunningham, number 15 Fiona Keating, 16 Sally Bolger, 17 Tara Naughton, 18 Amy Cousins, and 19 Maeve McLaughlin. And the management team is Ger Manley. They've got Paul O'Grady as coach, and selectors Emma Kavanagh, Roisin Breen, and they've got Sean McLaren as selector liaison also. So they'll be looking here. Always an interesting one in these ones. It's the Alba team, so to speak, has a great deal of experience. Looking at Rachel McCafferty, she's number 12, but we'll be having the international shortly as the teams are making their introduction. In the middle today, of course, is Callum Gervin in Inverness. I'm not sure if Callum's refereed in the international series before, but linesmen are Aaron McPhee and Sandy Tulloch, and goal judges, which is of course important because of the scoring system here. It's Ali Patterson, Don G. McLeod, Jamie McPherson, and John McRitchie. We should have the score on screen for you as well, which is going to be very helpful. It can go over the years. I remember, in fact, I think the first international.
We are
Oran the Fianna, Louis Nashington the Heron, Aber Oran, what a strong national anthem to get the Irish blood pumping here at the Buck Park.
When will we see your lakes again that fought and died for your wreathed hill and glen and stood against them? Proud Edward's army and sent them homeward. Take them
And for Scotland, the words of the late Rob Williamson still echoing down, and the girls from the Hills and Glens, in fact, looking to get stuck in just now. We've got Mary Duncan, formerly of London American, but now Liverpool Harbour for many years, crowned recently as Premier Division champions after an incredible playoff against their strong rivals, Badenoch, just the other week. They had, of course, a little bit of revenge for having Badenoch lifting the Valerie Fraser Cup. But of course, we've got players. We've got players from Kinloch Shield involved today. Liam McLennan, I think maybe the second Kinloch Shield player to have achieved international recognition. We've got players from Glasgow Mid-Argyll, of course from Skye, the immensely experienced Caitlin McLean and Christina McDonald, with double exposure because they of course play for the Gaelic team of Alba, but they're joined by the debutant Lexi McLeod, the famous Goas of Staffin, and it's a great and of course as well from Glen Uckert we also have Hazel Hunter, and just a great choice of experience here. Ross Brown was involved many years ago with Stuart Reid, who was a coach for Scotland through the 2010s. Ross joined the coaching team and has now graduated to be manager now. I believe we've got almost 400 people watching. If you're Malkite game, just fag the Jackarock and let us know where you're from in the comments. If you're from Ireland, if you're from Scotland, if you're watching over in America or in Australia, please let us know wherever you are. We know that the Irish diaspora and the Gaelic diaspora goes over here. We see the Irish Camogues doing a very physical warm-up, almost running into the Scotland team as they went to get their photo, and you can see them there, and they're resplendent in their nice new strips. I have to say they are probably the best set of strips for the international series I've seen in many years there, and they can of course be purchased by the Camonacht Association, and in fact bespoke ones I believe with the Women's Camonacht Association logo ingrained within the fabric, so they are very good. And of course it reminds me always of a great photo from just almost 25 years ago as Ireland faced the Scottish men's team. Ireland were sponsored by that massive multinational Coca-Cola, and the Scottish men's team were sponsored by the West Highland Free Press. Just a great comparison, contrast between really the size of the two codes that exist. Of course, I believe for every one Shinty player there is in Scotland, there are 100 hurlers or camogues, and that really shows the challenge that we face. But I was talking there briefly about the 2004, and the women's game really has just gone from strength to strength. I believe then there's probably just a handful of clubs, but now almost every single club. But here we go, starting the game. We'll give you where people are lining up shortly. Callum Girvan, just making sure everything's right. We've got the Saltire at the town end, to my right and to your right, and at the left we have the tricolour of Ireland in a strong breeze. This will be interesting. I think Scotland captain Mary Duncan's in the middle, swinging the club. Here's a strong battle, a flick up. Of course, remember the Camogies cannot use their hand. Played well up here. It is a kick, and that is a foul. It takes a while often for the Camogies to remember the restrictions upon them. I would always say that one of the reasons that Scotland can do well in these ones initially as well is that sometimes we think about this game a lot more. We tend to think about it. It's a great ambition. And that was number 10 there, Rona Stewart. Oh, a great ball, and it's actually going to go long, I think. Derville McGee takes it wide, keeps it out. They'll try and keep it in. We'll give you the rules as we go out. It's gone out for a sideline cut. Okay, it's a Scotland ball. I think Rachel McCafferty, just for changes, Rachel McCafferty is number 14, not Elena McLennan. But here's Rona Stewart. Another good ball drifting in, but I think she's found McGee again. And McGee will keep going, but trying to get in a bit of a challenge there from Disher. Amy Disher, usually a defender, but her aggression is undoubted, and she'll have there number 11, Susan McCarthy, the captain, and she's soloing a great run. They need to put a stop on her here. This one looks like it'll go. She drops it, and oh, Joanne Galanders gets in the way. It's a Aberburroch, it's a real British, and Scotland, Alaba just riding their luck there. McCarthy just really need to pull the trigger just a second earlier. Galanders would have been in no man's land, but Alaba survive, and the Irish pressure on now. They'll really decide if this is an opportunity. The ball comes out, Galanders, she swings, fires it out. Galanders, of course, played for Scotland a good few times as an outfield player. Ball flipped in, and that will go past from Aisling Thompson. I believe Aisling Thompson, if my programme notes are right, is a prison officer. She's from County Cork, plays for the Milford club, but so she's not going to mess around. We can be sure of that. So it's presently Scotland 0, Ireland 0. Of course, it's 3 points for a goal and 1 point for a ball between the posts, a conversion, so to speak, and ball goes out for a Scotland ball. Ireland do a sideline cut. They're not allowed to lift the ball on the sideline cut, so it's going to be a challenge for them with their shorter sticks. Shannon Haggerty puts it out wide, and that's Elena McLennan. She's wearing a blue helmet. Her and Rachel McCafferty have switched roles. Maddie Duncan, the captain, bullocking about, a great shinty hurling player. She's been playing shinty hurling for since she was very young for the Gaelic team Alaba, and then also for Scotland, and really just probably the best man marker or woman marker in the game. Ball comes down here out on the far side underneath the new pavilion here at the Bucket Park. That was Cunningham in to Hagan, Christina McDonald, Didi from Skye as they call her, doing a little bit of playing out wide. It looks like the Camogie there struggling, but number 10 is from mile away, and it is a point. That's the opening point from Quinless, Amy Quinless. She manages to get the ball across, and the woman from Tipperary, Amy O'Kine, plays for Kilruby McDonough's. That's 1 point for open play, and it looked like she was struggling to do it. I was about to say she was struggling to adapt to the fact she wasn't allowed to use her hands, but now, nope. Amy Quinlask manages to give Ireland the lead. Joanne Galanders, big hit out here. Big ball up to Amy Disher, who'd come a bit deeper there. After Rona Stewart, after it in the middle. But here we go, running through again. Here we go, McGee, keeping going, nothing stopping her. But Mary Duncan after her. Galanders under trouble. Oh, it's across the face of goal. And Ireland trying to keep it going. Yes, but well challenged and launched away by Rachel McCafferty. Rachel McCafferty, I think, has been playing for Scotland since she was, I think, 14. This is her 12th cap. I think she's the record cap holder in the squad. Her sister Lauren McCafferty down below us here on the bench. Ball comes out here. That's the ball out Mary Stewart, her sister Marianne Rona, two set of sisters in the squad. But Ireland here just soloing about, trying to find space. They're happy to go back. Oh, it's in from miles out. A great ball, and that's from the captain, Saoirse McCarthy. Absolutely a big blowout, and that makes it Ireland 1-1, Scotland 0-0. 4 points to the Irish, and not long gone, 5 minutes in, and it is looking like Scotland are struggling. Now the wind here is coming slightly differently from usual. It's kind of coming across the park, which is great for me in the commentary position here. But ball going in there. Caitlin McLean trying to get it moving forward. But that's a great ball through, an absolute belter of a ball. Beth McClellan on it. Beth McClellan, can she beat Tidy with a stick? No, the keeper, IFL Corcoran, gets it away. Oh, Beth McClellan just needed to be a bit more fluent with the cam in the air. But a nice little piece of play from Scotland. Just a good ball straight down the middle. Beth McClellan running onto it. And just as she makes her debut for Scotland, perhaps a little bit more experience needed. But Caitlin McLean, one of the absolute legends of the women's game, getting the ball in, and that's a shot in, cleared by Ireland though, not too far though. Megan Ralph, busy full forward for Badenoch. She's there, didn't get a chance to get a great clear away, but well cleared. Caitlin McLean showing absolute class, plucks the ball out the air, but just only finds an Irish shirt. The Irish clear up into the middle of the park here, finds Quinless, who scored that great point to begin the game. Getting after it is Aisling Hagan. Lots of Aislings on here, but it's a bad dream for Scotland at the moment, as Hagan battles in there with Dee McDonald, and in the corner here. Scotland, of course, can't put it out for a corner in this game. That gives your opponents a free 65 and a chance to score a point, so you don't want to do that. Mary Duncan after it, but the Irish are after her. But Mary Duncan right down the middle, and that's probably maybe just not quite the right place to put it. But here comes Caitlin McLean, but she's getting hunted down by Gráinne McDonald. But here we go, it's long into the Scotland thing. Megan Ralph trying to find McClellan, but Ireland just not getting the chance to clear it here. And that's Beth McClellan just lets up, put the balls into the danger zone here. Oh, Megan Ralph just almost had it in the goal. Falls to Caitlin McLean. She's got time. What's she going to do? She will put it into the danger area, but it's just past the post, and that'll be a clear. So great rally from Scotland here. That's some really nice Shinty hurling. They certainly don't look like they're being outclassed or muscled by the Irish counterparts. There is, in some things, there's a little bit, maybe a slight height differential. And watching Amy Disher's players, a good head above her down there, but it's just a real clash. Look at this. Oh, fantastic challenge there by Rona Stewart. Absolutely not getting the Irish player. I think thought they had a bit of time to flick the ball up and hit it, but they're doing it. And so Scotland are going in tight, they're going in close, they're not giving the Irish any time to do it. And of course, we do have to remember the Irish are not used to the swinging. Some of them, I think I saw Katie Drain earlier on speaking to with her Irish counterpart and pointing to her shins, because a lot of Irish players play without shin guards, so that's a low one in shooting. Keeping it on the ground might make the difference with a shorter stick. Callum German has given a kick, and it is in a really good position. So who'll go on this? That's the interesting one. Who'll take this here? Megan Ralph is under it. Okay. I wondered if perhaps Mary or Caitlin would take it. But Megan Ralph, will she go for goal, or will she take a point and just get Scotland on the board? Oh, she takes the chance to chip it in. Oh, it's foot again, and that's a goal. It's a goal. I think it will give it to Megan Ralph of Badenoch. Ralph's bravery comes off. She is rewarded. Fortune favours the bold. So Sma Ryan na Halabani, I guess. Megan Ralph and our counterpart over for the Camogie, Eric Morrison, giving an own goal against Corcoran, but we'd be more minded to give it to Megan Ralph. So Scotland right back in it, and that's how goals are important in this game. It really gets Scotland back within a point off there. So McClellan after it again. She's in a battle with Casey Kelly, and Beth, perhaps just a slightly younger, a less experienced international player. A couple of chances there where she's not quite had the run of it. But here's Natalie McDonald, full of experience, and she had a great return on the tour to Cork 2 years ago. Last time Scotland women had a tour, they actually played 2 games over in Cork, and really a bit of fortune for Scotland. Ireland have scored 2 cracking scores. Scotland getting a little bit of opportunity, but Megan Ralph took the opportunity. And it's a 65 here for Scotland. It's out for a corner, so they're going to drop it. Caitlin McLean knocks it up here. Rona Stewart will take it. And Rona Stewart, will she go for the point, or will she just try and play it into the danger area and see what happened with see what happened there for that's another great ball. This wind whipping in, it's right behind Scotland just now, and it's important they take advantage of that. There's McDonald, Natalie McDonald, a very, very strong athletic player. She's of course a very good football player as well, and has been a really important player for Habit over the last few years. So again, folks, let us know where you're watching from in the comments. It's great to see people saying support Scotland from afar, or indeed Ireland. Falcharov, Mahashu, Gabrakarn, Al Aaron, Tashi and Sunsasta, Gaweshu, Linya, and Shaw, Al Carwala, Nigueltach, the Shaw, Inverness, Agus Park Evacht Ur, Noah, Toggle Asur, Tree Runner Ohen, Agus Tashi and Kurfacha or Mahashu and Gabrakarn Aaron. So yeah, warm welcome to our visit Ireland. We're coming here to you live from the Bucht Park, recently renovated. A new stand, a new pavilion, a new exhibition. Very much like, oh, a little deflection really for Natalie McDonald to get after while she's up against McGee, Derville McGee, who has been a strong player. She seems to have dropped back a little bit, McGee, a big tall, rangy player. McCafferty, Rachel McCafferty after Quinlisk, they scored that beautiful point. Early doors to give Ireland the first blood. Rachel McCafferty, just her experience is so important. And still only 30. That's incredible, really, to think how long she's played for Scotland. And it's almost just been a bridge between the eras, between the old school and the new. Ireland soloing right down the far line. Going here, Scotland heading forward. Here we go, Anya Cunningham, and that was it. But it's passed, and Joanne Galanders after the ball, and we're going to just knock it up. Joanne Galanders, like I said, experienced international in her time for Scotland, but kind of dropped out of international contention, but now has reinvented herself as a goalkeeper for Wahhabit. Fair play to her is very, very hard when you've got Elizabeth McGregor, Sarah Jane Campbell, and all these other people that stand in the way as goalies in the women's game, and it's very much Joanne is in a sense a bridge as well, part of the Great Wingari side, but now an important player for Wahhabit, and good to see new goalies in as well. In fact, it's very interesting. I think the men's goalie this afternoon will be Bob McGregor from Badenoch, and his two sisters not involved with the international side this year, Nettie and Betty, two absolute legends of the women's game. So Joanne Galanders, a great hit, a fine hit, almost reaching halfway in this big park at the Buck, much bigger than many of the women are used to playing on most of the time as well. So big battle over there in front of the thing, in front of the new stand here at the Buck. It was really needing a lot of work. So Caitlin McLean, just beautiful little bit of touch. Who does he find there? And it's breaking into space. Alaba after it, and they're definitely showing that they're needing it here. Zoe Reid, top scorer in the women's game, pops it in, but that's not really to anybody, but it bounces really quite awkwardly for Scotland, and it's in! It's in! Another goal, and I think it's McClellan. She's come good. Oh, and she gets a big wave, and her supporters over in the main stand. Beth McClellan scoring the goal there for Scotland, and a big wave, and just great. She'd had two opportunities that went a begging, and that one there just falls in. The ball just awkwardly putting it on the keeper is really a challenge, and Corcoran struggled twice, and that puts Scotland into the lead, 6-4. 2 goals to 1 goal and a point. So Scotland going for Ross Brown, really delighted. Kira McDonald there at the back, getting the ball away. Ireland just struggling against the wind, so it's important Scotland trying to get some points on the board before it. But they really are showing that they can go toe-to-toe with the Irish here. There's a bit of worry, of course, just as we said, just the difference in levels between the games in terms of status, in terms of where they sit. It's a free hit for Ireland here, and Susan McCarthy's over it.
she has the ball, and it's a free hit here. With a wee change here, I think number 16 coming on. That's Sally Bulger. She's replacing number 3, Gerald McLaughlin. So Germany making a wee change early on, rolling subs. But here's McCarthy, she's over. Oh, she'll just pop this over, I think. Oh no, she puts it in on the keeper. Joanne Galanders stops it. Brilliant footwork from Galanders. And she gets it away. And that was showing McCarthy. She's always decided to get back on top. And she gambled. Didn't pay off. So Joanne Galanders standing firm. Great ball from Lorna McLennan. Development officer for the Camogie Association, number 8. Pops it in. And I think that's gone wide. Yeah, that was Shanna Hegarty. And she popped that one wide, but saw that she had the opportunity. Great, just Joanne Galanders making that save. That'll give the rest of the team a boost, that real one. So we're looking at, it's just over 16 minutes gone, and if you're just joining us, you'll see the score in the corner of your screen. Scotland 6, Ireland 4. Scotland have got 2 well taken, but perhaps fortuitous at points goals, although it came from a bit of bravery from Scotland. They got them into the position to get back here. A goal really by Megan Ralph, perhaps an own goal, and then a goal by Beth McClellan. And oh, that's wide. That's a bit of a hit and hope from the Irish, and that's them put a couple of wides past them. If you've ever seen a hurling game or a Camogie game, you'll know that it's important to just keep the points going over the top. But we're starting to do it there. We've got the streamers working in Dubai there from the Highlander 1, 2, 3. So that was the other 122 Highlanders before you as well. That's good to have you all joining us here. We've got a great number of people watching us online for the celebration of Celtic and Gaelic sport here in Inverness, capital of the Highlands, at the newly refurbished Buck Park. For this, the Mowi Shinty Camogie International. And as we were saying at the start, it's actually 21 years really since the first full international. There were Scotland and Ireland games through the noughties, but they were on various levels of challenge. But this one is really an incredible moment, and also to be playing here on the main pitch, having priority. There's no under-21 men's game this year, but this shows you the status of things, and fair play to the Women's Camogie Association for all the work that they've done to develop the sport over the last few years. So ball goes out here, it's going to be a sideline cut, and McCarthy's going to take it. Good strong hit there. So Scotland showing that they are really doing this here, a little bit of a change here. Beating off mix. Here Ross Brown shouting out to Zoe Reid and Megan Ralph. Change about. Again, stands over the ball. But in there. Oh, cut out goal by Aoife McDonald. But it goes out for a sideline cut. Mona Stewart taking it here. Mona Stewart, a great hitter of the ball. Along with the ball, and change here for the Irish. And beneath us, Tara Naughton coming on. Racing number 2, Casey Kelly. Casey Kelly is struggling a wee bit there with some of these 2 goals that Scotland put on Stewart. Oh, she's not. I was going to compliment her hitting, and didn't even need to give her the commentator's curse. It's just a little bit short. But this is dangerous for Ireland. And there's number 17, Naughton, who's just come on. She was finding tons of space. She's launched it forward. Christina McDonald just messing around with Aisling Hagan to make sure she couldn't do anything. Joanne Galanders got behind it. Elena McLennan battling away over on the far side against Sheila Byrne. And was it a sailing cut with perhaps not the best area for Scotland. This could be a chance for Ireland to really put the pressure on. It's Aisling Thompson, number 9, she's going to go in it. And yet Scotland closed down Mona Stewart. Why is the fact there was a short ball on for Scotland, and Ciara McDonald, she clearing out there as well. So it's great. You can watch the main game later on. The men's game. This is the main event. Here we're kidding. But you can watch the men's game on BBC Alba at 2 o'clock. Thanks for joining us here on the Camogie Association YouTube. I'm Ian Stewart, just giving you the commentary here from Inverness. If you're joining us, share it, let people know. Ball going up the middle of the line there. And Scotland 2 goals for the goods. Beth McClellan of GMA and Megan Ralph of Badenoch.
Derville McGee, she's a good strong player, but I think she's broken her Camogie, and the ball goes out there to try and find Megan Ralph. Ball going up the sideline though here. Sheila Byrne there in a great battle with Elena McClellan. Also plays rugby through the close season. Oh, but the Irish break through here, and that's going to be a point. Yes, it is. I think it's a point. Unclear from the length. I think it's not. Nope. I think it was wide, apparently. So still remains Scotland 6, Ireland 4. No point signalled by the umpires. Jo Galander's great hitting with the wind behind her. Aisling Thompson against Zoe Leeds. Goes out. Game's lost a wee bit of rhythm in the last couple of minutes. Down below us, we've got Natalie McDonald and the Hazel Hunter, Rhoda McIntyre, Christy Deans, Lexi McLeod, and Hannah McDonald on the bench for Scotland. We're just over halfway through this half. Scotland looking at a strong game here, and I think it's going to be a free hit for Scotland there. For a kick. Rona Stewart getting under it. Yeah, Ali McVicker now on for Scotland. Having replaced her former teammate. Ali McVicker. Rona Stewart just taps it in. Tries to find Zoe Reid. Trips it to, but the Irish are on to her. Rona Stewart, this could be, they'll have to hopefully get the benefit of this. Yes, ball played in by Disher. Trying to find Ralph and McClellan. Files to Caitlin McLean, who doesn't just. I'd have put my house on her hitting that beautifully and cleanly, but I'm a terrible gambler. Number 16, there we go. Oh, just passed. That was it. Davy Disher just popped it wide. It wasn't far away at all though. But Amy Disher just had the chance. Thought the opportunity had gone when Caitlin McLean just popped it in low, but Amy Disher close but no cigar there. I think Dish got a couple of goals or points in Ireland a couple of years ago, but I can't quite remember. They did very, very well in those two games, Scotland. They kind of outclassed their Irish opponents. But we'll see. The Camogues are, well, here McVicker. Oh, Ali McVicker broke to her well, but she just couldn't keep it in. Ali McVicker, of course, now after going from Lochaber, she then went to, starting of course her Shinty in Oban, where she's from. Then she played for Lochaber, and then to Uddingston after a wee break, and now a really important player for Glasgow Mothergill as they start to establish themselves again as one of the premier teams in the women's code. Ball goes down there to Mary Duncan, the captain. Mary Duncan just sweeping up, and she seems to have gone a little bit deeper. Mary always loves to get up front, but she's really just perhaps the best defender in the game in terms of her ability to cover ground and to mark and to clear and to hassle players. Number 12 there, Sheila Byrne. She takes the ball wide, finds herself some space. Jo Galander's going to have to deal with that, and she's put it out for a sideline cut. Really couldn't do very much more than that. Christina McDonald was tight on the Irish full forward, but there wasn't much wiggle room for Joanna Galanders to wind up and knock it long, so she put it out for a sideline cut. And that's where the Irish have to strike it off the ground. The same as we do in Shinty, but obviously a lot harder to do with the shorter and the shape club. Ball going out over the far side, and again it's another sideline cut, this one to Ireland. Ross Brown screaming for the Scots to make sure that they're on. I think it's a swipe. Give up Scotland a chance to clear. Ball coming in cleared after it. Ali McVicker's after it, and she's trying to put pressure on number 6, Aoife McDonald. Aoife McDonald puts it out to Derville McGee. McGee's been a strong player for the Irish so far. McGee tries to spin it forward, she's running through it, but Rona Stewart blocks it in there, and Rona is really putting a big power of work in the middle of the park. The ball goes out down to Byrne again. Byrne, she's starting to come into this game more, trying to find McGee, but McCafferty, big long one down the middle of the park though, which is plucked out by Hegarty, but Hegarty under pressure, but by Zoe Reid, but I think it's found by Norton getting the ball in here. This could be a Megan. No, it's not Megan Ralph. Sorry, yes, it was Megan. Megan breaks it. She finds Zoe Reid. The Bainnoch connection again. This is across the one. It's taken down by McClellan. McClellan gets it again. Oh, and I think perhaps if there'd been a shout there, McVicker was coming at the back. Oh, a slip, an opportunity, but they recover well. Not Quinlisk. Quinlisk recovered, but that was a great opportunity for Scotland. I think Beth McClellan can't add a second in to her total, but she's done well leading the line. McClellan, I felt maybe if that had gone through to McVicker, she could absolutely finish that with a bomb. Slight change here happening. That's number 11. McCarthy moving on. Oh, ball in. Pops up. Here's McClellan again. The GMA full forward. Just leading the line, but I think again Scotland really getting the benefit. They do have the wind behind them. That big wind that blows down the Great Glen from Fort William all the way up here, and it's definitely in Scotland's advantage at the moment. You can see the Saltire, although it's kind of cutting across the pitch, swirling. That's made it hard for the Irish to get any points on the board, other than the great one that they opened the scoring with from Quinlisk. But here comes McCarthy. Shearson McCarthy, she launches it low. Joe Galanders, a great save, but it's a 65. So a great save by Joe Galanders from a solo and a suit strike by Captain McCarthy. It's a 65. Number 9, Aisling Thompson, the prison warder. She, of course, there's 2 prison. Callum Girvan, of course, of that ilk. Won't flinch if something's thrown at him, I tell you. But it's a 65, very central as well. Joe Galanders had to turn it round, stood over it. Can Ireland, and they'll put this into the danger zone. It's a big, mighty blow, but again it's wide. But Mary Duncan, brave, going in strong, and again Mary Duncan really strong. I think Callum Girvan not too happy with how maybe she went a bit early, but Callum will just give it a wee alert, a wee nod. Mary won't really care. The captain, so Joe Galanders behind it. She puts it. Oh, it's not the best hit this time. Again, just when your commentators curse with the hitting. Oh, so Ireland using this opportunity. Here's McCarthy. She's just going to go straight in, but Mary Duncan. Oh, and there we go. Saoirse McCarthy. That was the opportunity. Just came from a just poor hit out from Joanne Galanders. Just her one mistake of the day after a fantastic save just minutes before. But that gives us Ireland 7, Scotland 6. So that goal has put Ireland back in the lead on just before the half-hour mark. And Callum Girvan's going to throw this ball in here after Rona Stewart's after it. And I think McCarthy might have done that. She'll just decide to run it in. And a few years ago, I remember being here when they made it 5 points for a goal, and it was interesting. That was the Irish had a chance to really have a settled squad for the men's game, which does make a difference for the Irish. The more aware they are of how Shinty hurling or Shinty Camogie works, the better it is for them, and they worked out that they could score quite easily if they could solo into the danger area. And a Shinty stick isn't as effective at stopping a ball as a hurl, and that meant that they just started running in goals, and they put up quite a score. The Doolies of Offaly, that was they had cracked the code, and especially when the camera thought it would be a good idea to give 5 goals for a game, and it certainly did encourage a lot more scoring at that point. But
think in the women's code they were a bit wiser and decided that wasn't going to be the scoring system for a game. Oh, ball's in, and that's just wide there, I think, from Byrne. Ross Brown just down below us saying that they've dropped off. Indeed, Scotland just maybe, I would say they've dropped off personally, but they have certainly need to take advantage of the pressure that they have had. And it'll be interesting. We look like Hazel Hunter might be coming on, and where's the team, I think, is it? Or Rhoda McIntyre. And coming in. Peter McDonald after it. Taylor Stewart. Larry Duncan. Oh, she's free. Number 7, Dervin McGee. She's free. She's pushed on really in. But it just came here. McGee again. There she is. She's battering through. Oh, here we go. This is surely a goal. Oh, not at all. Susan McCarthy, just Joe Galanders made herself big, narrowed the angle, and Scotland survived. But here's the Irish coming again from wide. Scotland just really backs to the wall stuff here. McCafferty back as deep as we've seen her, just popping the ball wide. So Hazel Hunter and Rhoda McIntyre coming on for Beth McClellan and Megan Ralph. Megan Ralph and Beth McClellan, the 2 goal scorers coming off. Hazel, a great East scorer. Here we go, McCarthy again. He's taking a real captain's role here. Byrne puts it in, but it's passed. So we're looking at, if you're joining us here, it's Ireland 2-1 to Scotland 2-0. 7-6 in more conventional scoring terms. That's 2 goals for Scotland, 2 goals for Ireland, and an extra point over the bar. Probably the actual score of the day, Amy Quinlusk. Early doors. We've had no other points either from open play or from 65s or free hits. Here we go, McGee again, a big runner. She's just keeping going. She flicks it into McCarthy and McGee. They seem to really be running the show here for Ryan. There's Ciara McDonald. Ciara McDonald tries to swing in. Oh, Callum Girvan spotted something. And I think there's going to be a chance for Scotland to clear their lines. That's McGee and McCarthy. We might see that more in the second half. Scotland's strong wind swirling about, but will be in more Ireland's advantage come the half-time. Looking down here, good crowd in already for the women's game, and a great opportunity for them to start at the here at the Buck. We've had the Tavish Cup final, we've had the Camogie Cup final here, and it's good to have the international back here at the Buck Park. It really is an important part. Those of you from Ireland who don't know, this is where one of the big games played in 1987, 1988 between Strathglass and Glenucker, 2 teams from the area here in Inverness. That's really important to the establishment of Shinty as a codified sport. Played actually, ironically, over where the Scotland women's used to got dumped out on which is actually the car park at the moment, the outside pitch, and used to play this again. I think it's probably, having been on the coaching side for the women's team in the past, sometimes just had to play at 10:30 in the morning with the mist rolling in off the river. But anyway, here come Ireland again. Not Cousins, Amy Cousins after it. She almost tries to get it back. Here's Naughton, who came in as a sub. They're battling away, trying to find some room. Scotland are defending well in packs. Okay, Ireland's attacks have really come from brave soloing. Oh, it's a great mighty battle, and Joe Glanders has to look after that. That was in by Hegarty. Oh, but it deeps in, and Ireland are on top of her. But Joanne Glanders again, I think she might actually be Scotland's player of the match at the moment, because a great little thing by Cousins. Big shout. Ross Brown well sighted to call offside. But as a former referee himself, he's calling for offside, and I think he was right. It was signalled here last couple of minutes here. So here's Joanne Galanders here. She's
Scotland, can they get something before half time? They've been kind of pegged in the last 5 minutes, and since McCarthy's goal and John Galander's. And that's it. No, that's half time for us folks here at the Bucket Park. It's Scotland 6, Ireland 7. Goals from Megan Ralph and Beth McClellan making the difference here. We'll see if we can get anybody up to chat to you. But the game started off really with Ireland in the ascendancy, but Scotland then had a good few flurries. Great opportunity from Beth McClellan, but couldn't quite get it away. But then that brought about Amy Quinless scored, and then a goal from Ireland to make it 4-0, Saoirse McCarthy. And then, however, breaking the ball, Megan Ralph, a free hit that we thought maybe she would have put over a point, just dropped in, and a mistake by the goalkeeper allowed it to go in. An own goal, the stadium announcer called, but we'll give it to Badenoch's Megan Ralph. And then reasonably soon after, we had a goal by Beth McClellan, the Glasgow Argyle player, scoring with a palm. That gave Scotland a 6-4 lead, which they held on to for a good while. But as the first half came to a close, we had Saoirse McCarthy, captain for Ireland. She's just starting strong, brave running, and they started to come in the ascendancy, and that has given Ireland a 7-6 lead. Now, we're here at the Bucket Park just now. We're hoping to get a few people on the up here on the gantry, and we'll have a wee chat with them, give you a bit of colour round about the game and how important this fixture is. As we say, Scotland really haven't competed against a full Ireland team for a good couple of years, and that makes a real state. Shows really the growth of the women's game. As there we go. So I'm going to be joined here by Karen Williamson and Brian from the Camogie Association. They're going to come up and just give us a little bit about here. Thanks for joining us. If you want to go for a cup of tea, we'll forgive you. I can't go for one because I have to keep talking. But we're really happy to have with us Karen Williamson, President of the Women's Camogie Association, and Brian from the Camogie Association with us. So, President of the Camogie Association. So, warm welcome to Inverness, Brian.
It's a cracking game. Absolutely cracking game. It's brilliant to be here, delighted to be here, but it's a brilliant game. I had no real idea. It was very hard for me, not having seen a huge amount of Shinty other than looking at stuff on YouTube, to get a real understanding as to how close the two teams were going to be. So I wasn't sure, were we going to get badly beaten or were we going to be very strong, but it's turned out to be a really, really good game. Ireland started very well, and then Scotland got into it very well in the middle of the game, and then it levelled off again towards the end. So 7-6 half time, super game. Really, really happy with it, really, really happy.
And Karen, we're really talking about this is the first time in a good many. There's been a women's international for pretty continuously, other than COVID, but really to have. This is one of the first times in a good many years this has been the full Ireland team and Scotland's team, but that really shows the growth in the women's game, and that's really credit to yourselves at the Women's Camogie Association.
Yeah, so we last played a full international fixture in 2012. This is our 9th full international fixture, and it's 4 apiece. So this game is it's very exciting, because obviously we'll take the edge whoever it is. So it's great to have the full international and to be part of the whole package alongside the men. It's a great movement towards women in sport, and for our connection with Shinty and Camogie as well, it's great to have these on board, and hopefully it'll become a permanent fixture again. So.
Well, that was the one that I was really talking about when I myself was involved with the coaching team in the 2010s, was that we'd be quite often out on the car park at 10:30 in the morning, and I think that really shows in Ireland that the equality that you have between Camogie and the men's code is really an example. And how do you work that dynamic over the year?
Yeah, it's something that has gotten better and better and better over recent years. Obviously, there's a big movement towards integration into a single association in Ireland at the moment. So the Camogie Association was founded actually over 120 years ago as a separate association from the GAA in Ireland. A lot of people don't get that. They assume Camogie is part of GAA. We're not. We're a separate association. But we have a plan in place to integrate the Camogie Association, the Ladies Football Association and the GAA into one new GAA, and we're working towards 2027 as our deadline for that. But on the ground, we've kind of tried to adopt an integrated mindset on the ground from a club level, county level, provincial level, to get the teams on both sides, the women and the men, the boys and the girls, to be treated the same, to be given the same opportunities, to be given the same access to pitches and facilities, and it's working. It's working from ground up as well as from top down, and you can see it on this weekend now. The women have equal billing. The women are being positioned the exact same as the men, as is their right and as is the proper way of doing things. And it's just fantastic to see. We came out of the hotel this morning and the men's team all lined up to give a guard of honour for the ladies as they came out to get on the bus to come over here. There's a really, really strong bond between the men's team and the women's team, and between the four panels. Really, we all met up for a meal last night, and there's a lovely, strong relationship. We go out and we play really hard, but actually there's a huge amount of respect shown from the women to the women, and from the women to the men, and from the men to the women, and it's brilliant to see. It's the way it should be. It's all about female participation in sport for me. Obviously I'm hugely focused on Camogie, but I want to see more opportunities given to women to achieve what we know they can achieve when they're given the opportunity, and it's fantastic to see the same happening here in Scotland with the women's Camogie. It's brilliant.
Well, that's the thing, Karen. We're seeing more and more clubs that traditionally it was like your own club, Glengarry, was a kind of a pocket of women's shinty in a desert of men's shinty that was on the go. But we're starting to see more and more clubs now getting on board, realising how important having a women's side can be to the health of your club overall, but to the game as well.
Oh, absolutely, and I think our association in comparison is 24 years old, established in 2001. So we've come a long way, a really long way. We've still got a long way to go. But yeah, absolutely, there's more and more teams, clubs realising it's not just the beneficial of having the women playing sport, it's what they bring to the club as well. It's a team sport. It makes it a collective when you've got the women's team as well. And I think the majority of clubs that I speak to, they feel, it's more than a team they're bringing. They're bringing a lot of camaraderie, everything to it. So yeah, it's really, really positive, really positive.
And what do you think of the Buck? It's good to be back at the Buck, Karen.
Yeah, it's great. So this is our second time. In 2009 we managed to play on the main pitch as well, and obviously we haven't played since on the Ireland v country. So yeah, it's great to be back on the main pitch. It's really, really good. I think it's brilliant for the girls to know that we're on an equal platform, and it's a huge milestone. So yeah, it's really good.
And it's probably not as impressive as Croker, but what do you think about the new facilities here at the Buck, Brian?
Yeah, great facilities. Pitch is fantastic and superb condition. This time of the year, it's the same back home in Ireland. It's difficult sometimes to get pitches and get the ground to the right level. The groundskeepers have done a fantastic job here. Facilities are brilliant. The new building that's been built, we were in it last night for our meal. Superb, really, really impressive. So yeah, delighted to be here, and it's a fantastic facility. Really good.
Yeah, did you get a chance to look at the Karen Williamson part of the exhibition? There's a whole part of the new museum over there dedicated to Karen, I believe.
Steady on.
I'm looking forward to going over to see that. Yeah.
It's really good that the women is part of the museum. It's a good wee feature. It's not all about me at all. Not all about me at all. Lisa Norman, she was a great ambassador of bringing the game forward, as were many. So it's great to be involved in that as well. It's really, really good.
Well, Brian Gormila Magat and Karen Tapalife, thanks very much for joining us, and enjoy the second half. And you don't have the wind in your face over in the main stand there, so head over there, enjoy yourself, and thanks so much for enjoying us. And honours are even at the moment, so we'll hopefully see who's got the Dragonites at the end. But Slán, and there we go. So this is one of those ones, if you're doing a normal shinty match, there's only usually it's 2 minutes, have a drink of water and get back on playing. But when it's the full shinty match, you've got to when you've got this proper half time, you've got to keep going. I don't know if we've got everybody seems to. I'm saying that it's windy this side of the pitch. Indeed, we need everybody over to stay a bit fresh over here. But yeah, as I said, it's 7-6 to Ireland at the moment, and we are very much enjoying it. There's a good crowd here. And always great thing at the internationals, there are people that come out to support their players. That people from, I know that Gillian Campbell-Thow, the head teacher of the Gaelic School in Glasgow, she's here. She's here to support Ali McVicker, PE teacher there in Scotland, Glasgow, and good number of Gaelic speakers on the team. Christina McDonald, Lexi McLeod, Mary Duncan, Caitlin McLean, all great Gaelic speakers, and have all played for Alba at some point. And there's this Scotland team coming out to start the second half of this international series. Again, yes, Karen corrected me that there were Scotland Ireland games throughout the 2010s. What we used in 2004 was a rather bracing game at Ratoath, but yes, 2009, 2010, and then 2005, 6, 7, 8 Scotland's beat Ireland games, of course. But in the 2010s, there was lots of inter-county games. Games here against Dublin. There was a great game over in Newry against Down. I think Waterford came over, and then or Wexford, I can't remember, and then Dublin. There's a great partnership between them. But here comes Callum Girvan coming back out. The Irish walking over. And we're here looking at who's on the bench here. Amy Disher's come off. I've seen Lexi McLeod, she's still suited. Beth McClellan's still off as well. Hannah McDonald's still on the bench. We've just seen them going here. So welcome here back to the second half. Welcome back. If you went off to get a cup of tea, hope you're here, and we're starting to watch here us second half of the 2025 Mowi Shinty Camogie Challenge, and the Irish with the wind behind them. Ciara McDonald swinging the club there, getting it away, trying to find Rona Stewart. Caitlin McLean, Zoe Reid keeping it going, trying to find Rona McIntyre, and Rona, another PE teacher. Yeah, at one point we believed that you had to have a job that began with P. You had either be a PE teacher, a physical therapist, or a physiotherapist in order to play for Scotland ladies. Not quite the same as well. There's Caitlin McLean, she's a barista. Her Uncle Callie, of course, captain in Sky Camanachd, won the Camanachd Cup, number 10 for Ireland. Amy Quinlesk just barging through, but we have Amy Disher. She's gone back in there. She battling away and getting the ball. I don't think that's Disher, sorry. Correcting myself, sorry, that was Rachel McCafferty, sorry. And yeah, Rachel getting after it and keeping tight. She might drop back in and be. She would seem to be a bit more advanced at the start of the game. Ball comes in there to Byrne. She became progressively more important as the second half, first half, sorry, went on. Ciara McDonald swinging the club, but Ireland keeping going, running it in, and this is what they do. I think they've decided to run at the Scots, because that's really gives them the best chance just to pull the trigger and test out Joanne Galanders. Well, Joanne Galanders has been phenomenal, other than sadly a botched hit out which let Ireland regain the lead just before half time. Oh, great strike, that could be a point. It's out the sun as well. The sun came out from behind a cloud, but Scotland gets it away. Dee Dee McDonald almost pointed back through her legs. Ciara McDonald after it. She's really impressed me, Ciara. I think this is her debut. Ball comes in there from Hegarty. Hegarty as well. She also, Byrne and Hegarty really started to get the ball comes in. It's there. Oh, it's breaking. And Ireland already using this wind to their advantage, keeping Scotland under the cosh. And Elena McLennan pops it out for a sideline cut. So Scotland will want to get out here early, and it's going to be hard with the wind behind them. We're looking at a change here for Ireland. Anya Cunningham coming on. Let's see who she's replacing, but a change there. I think it's Bolger that's coming off for her. So here's Cunningham, her first taste of it, and Ciara McDonald again putting that ball right If we're doing a Clanranald thing, there's 4 McDonald's in the Scotland team. There are 2 in the Ireland team. So good Clanranald count there for those of you who care about these things. So the ball coming in here, it's kind of breaking down. I think we're looking at yeah, 65. The way it went out. Again, that's the problem if you're a defender. That old adage of when in doubt, put it out. It doesn't quite work because you give your opponent an opportunity, such as here with Saoirse MacArthur over it, and after that Callum got her in, I think after Mary Duncan bravely ran one down. Saoirse. The minute Saoirse touches it, you're allowed to run at her, and that comes in. You see that drifting when it's not quite behind John Galanders. Behind it, Ireland are pushing here, and it's going in. Oh, it's a goal. Yep, it's a goal. Not entirely sure who, but it's Ireland to get it. Let's see if we get a replay. I think number 10, yeah, Amy Quinlisk, I think, was the one that got it. And that makes it Ireland 10, Scotland 6, and that's really not what Scotland wanted. They couldn't quite make the pressure, although they got 2 great goals in the first half. They couldn't really add any more points to it, and it's now a real issue for Scotland to battle back. Now 4 points behind. In comes Rona Stewart, though. She gets it wide. Manny Duncan needs to let it. Here we go, coming through Zoe Reid. Zoe Reid keeping it going. Rona McIntyre turns it back onto her right hand side, trying to find Hazel Hunter. Wee Hazel firing after it. If she gets a shot on this, it could go well, but the Irish defender is very, very strong. Battles in, but she puts it out though. Good pressure from Hazel. The sole going up at representative in the side. The last time she was over, she had Ishval Ba and Zoe Smith with her when they were playing over in Ireland 2 years ago. Zoe's birthday today, I believe. So if you're watching Zoe, happy birthday, Mel Donnell. And it's a good day to be inside, I think, celebrating your birthday. It's supposed to be up here on the out in the wind, but it's a good. The sun is out, and you can see the Irish flag behind the goalie there, and Corcoran just in full flight. Ball drops in. 2-3 Irish players going unchallenged there. Mary Duncan tries to get McDonald. We have McCarthy again. McCarthy's running with it. Kira McDonald though, just going at McCarthy, not on it. She tries to play it back. Rona Stewart maybe could have taken a touch before trying to hit it first time, and that's allowed McCarthy a chance to launch it in. Oh, it's in! Yeah, McCarthy gets her second. She got, and no, Callum Gerben. Yeah. No, I think no. He's given. It's been cancelled out by Gerben, I think, for offside. Encroachment, I think, perhaps Cunningham encroaching. So Scotland can breathe a sigh of relief, but it just shows you Ireland really are starting to turn the screw now. And there we go. You can see Joe's hit probably about 30 yards less than it was in the first half with the wind against the wind. So that's going to make it really difficult. Scotland have to really make everything perfect and perhaps play it along the ground. Like Zoe Reid trying to do it. Yes, she knocks it wide, but it was McIntyre too deep. Here's Scotland. Here's Natalie McDonald after it. Natalie McDonald after it, and the Ireland player on the ground, which in Camogie would not actually really be a foul, but in Scottish Shinty we very much player priority. The playing on the ground, being on the ground can really endanger you, so it tends to be a foul. So McLean, great ball in. She was double captain 2 years ago for both Alaba and Scotland. A great player, multiple volleyed finishes with Sky Camanach, and again you can see there Scotland player on the ground this time, and it will be an Irish free hit. So quick ball out of hand actually from Hegarty. Oh, doesn't drop as far. Byrne. Elena McLennan on her. Tight on her. Mary Duncan. needs to Kay McDonald, and that should be a ball to Scotland. It came off the Irish player. Aisling Thompson, the prison officer. The prison officer, Ross Brown, having a wee argument with the prison officer. But Scotland trying to claim as much as possible. Mary Duncan, good hit along the line, trying to find McIntyre. Doesn't go exactly the way they want it to, and this will give the opportunity to McGee to clear, which she does. That wind carrying it that little bit further in. McLennan and Duncan plays it into the middle. Lorna Stewart's got to get this first time. She does, and she plays it out wide. I don't know entirely to here. Ali McVicker after it, Caitlin McLean after it, but neither of them able to get it, and Aisling Thompson picks it up. Ali McVicker though strong. Come on, Ali. We hear a shout from the main stand, and the ball comes in. There's McLean. Stewart cleared out though by Rachel McCaffrey, the veteran, putting it wide. And only 30. We talked about that earlier on, that this is Rachel McCaffrey's 12th cap. She has, of course, COVID's got, she'd have a lot more if COVID hadn't got in the way, as well as there being no fixture last year. But still only 30, but 12 caps for Scotland. So, and just keeping going, keeping playing. And then through here, McGee. She's really important to a lot of Ireland's salvos have come through that. Well, nice little low ball played in here, and it drops in here to Hegarty. Hegarty, that kind of bumblebee helmet there, quite distinctive in the middle of the park. Mary Duncan, Scotland captain, just battling away, playing a great game. Out comes Lena McLennan. After it, here comes Ali McVicker. McVicker is very deep for where you want Ali to be. You would want Ali to be a bit further up the park, a bit more advanced. Rona McIntyre, but here's Ali McVicker. Can she let it go? She plays a great ball, a fantastic ball in there to try and find Ali McDonald. Ali McDonald's after it, but the Irish just battling away, and ironically, playing against the wind, it goes out. So when you want the wind to hold it up, it doesn't, and that's a disappointment for. I think they're starting to make a change. Amy Disher going to come back on. They'll want to put in her physicality. The captain of they'll have her captain this season, and a crow comes down onto the pitch. He's almost taken out by the fluorescent yellow slitter. These size 4s, which sit between a hurling ball and a shinty ball. Caitlin McLean coming off. So Caitlin McLean getting a rest. Amy Disher going in. Perhaps they'll take Caitlin and push her into a more advanced area, or bring her back. Caitlin really can play anywhere on the pitch, but she had a hard shift in the middle there. So who knows how things will go. Lots of options off the bench for Scotland. Ball comes through. McDonald didn't manage to deal with it. Natalie McDonald pushed off the ball, and the ball's coming back into the danger area. Mary Duncan gives away the foul, and with this one, that's going to be especially with McCarthy on it. She hits it, launched, and I think it's got definitely a let of Kirsty Deans. Now, Deansy has not stripped at the moment. I would say she seems to be pretty comfortable in her tracksuit jumper, so it's whether that she is not likely to feature today. This would be her 12th cap. This would be her 11th cap, sorry. PE teacher, very popular player for the local football team here in Inverness Caledonian Thistle ladies, and a really just true athlete. I believe there's also an award in her name already at Camogie High School, where she went to school. So Rona McIntyre losing out. Great ball by Gráinne McDonald this time. Here's Cunningham. Cunningham going wide. Christina McDonald all over her. physical, strong McDonald full, hailing from Stafford and Isle of Skye. Didi, she's been playing for Scotland from a young age as well, and just one of the best fullbacks in the women's game. Cousins, of course, with Caitlin McLean, who's just come off the park, and we treat them really vital to the hopes of Skye Camogie. They maybe not the most successful seasons for them. They did okay, but they definitely were kind of third best to North and Lochaber this year. But they'll be back. We've got a great young squad, and Lexi McLeod coming through, also with Staffin. It's the three of them representing the Skye club there. And again, another one, Ireland wasteful though, and that's really allowed them. I would say Ireland have given away 4 or 5 really good frees that they should have benefited from. We've got just about 20 minutes left, and the Irish still haven't really added to their advantage since that goal by McCarthy. They did have a goal chopped off at offside, but so if you're watching live, just let us know where you're watching from. It's really good to see it. We'll have all the have a great old time here on a beautiful sunny day in Ireland, and we're looking at the ball going here. So ball up here wide. They're finding McCarthy. McCarthy now, she'll run. She's turned. Duncan, and here's McCarthy. Here comes McDonald. Oh, there we go. That was it. We just were talking about how Ireland hadn't added to the score, but it's 13-6 now. And Scotland really need to start getting out of their own half and get a goal or two. And so happy to have it here. Got Colleen Duffy, good friend of Shinty hurling, watching. And you'll be BS Son Sasta Gabriel Aaron Toshach. Aaron so Elena McLean just getting mobbed out here below us on the stairs here. Amy Disher lets it go, but Hegarty playing it through. Oh, Duncan. McCarthy putting under pressure. McCarthy just making the Irish tick now. McLaughlin and McCarthy again. Oh, another wide. But if she keeps on putting in goals, missing these wides aren't so important at the moment. It's a tough one for Scotland now, 13-6. They haven't been disgraced. This win is definitely giving the Irish a big advantage in the second half. I have to say, it's a very strong Irish side. Could be stronger, which is really again another scary thing. But there's Byrne again. She's been quiet so far, but plays it in here to McLaughlin, who's pushed up. Gerald McLaughlin, number 3. Here we go, Byrne again. McLennan after it. Here comes Hagan. Hagan plays it in. Amy Disher. Can she clear it? But no, Hegarty tried to get behind it. McGee out. So Scotland need to clean their lines. They need to get this ball out. We've got a big opportunity here. Rona Stewart. Scotland really needing to get a bit behind. They haven't really had much. The ball's come to McIntyre a few times, but she's not been able to do much with it. Again, Hazel Hunter been quite isolated. Ali McVickers had to come deep for it, but nobody gets it. There we go, but that's a great ball across by Mary Stewart. Ali McVicker this time. But again, McIntyre not really getting the break of the ball up front when they need it, and it's hard when you're under pressure, very hard under pressure to make, you get these opportunities. You don't quite take advantage of them as we perhaps should. There's Stephen Byrne again. Kieran McDonald though, Maeve McLaughlin faking, trying to get it. She pops it through to Cunningham. Cunningham and McLaughlin trying to get it through, but Rachel McCafferty keeping it out. It's really just about not quite damage limitation at this point for Scotland, but they are really under pressure with this wind. The Irish getting more used to it, and they're just not getting the breaks up front when they do get up. So Ireland putting in the pressure here. Here's Galanders and McDonald who'll take it. Galanders does, she puts it wide. Tries to find Amy Disher, who will not be scared of swinging that club, but her Irish counterpart. Disher on the deck, that's it, yes, it'll be a free hit to Scotland. And Disher looking for it here, so Mary Duncan's coming to take it. She'll try and get this as long as far as possible, I think. It's going to be, I think, Elena McLennan coming off, and I believe, yes, it's number 19, Lexi McLeod coming on. So congratulations to Lexi. Mil den Lexi hier Hef Agatha Erson na Howard. And here comes Mary. Lexi's father, Alain Goa, a great player for Skye over the years, as well as a season with Karen, I believe. So Kirsty Deans and Ross Brown explaining the rules to the Irish. Ball coming through, keeping it going. Zoe Reid doesn't get a clear one. Here's Lexi McLeod, but here we go. A run now from McGee. Well done, Mary Duncan, the captain, the big captain's role, but out, and Rona McIntyre not keeping it in. So a sideline cut to the Irish. Looking to make maybe a lead change here. Casey Kelly going to come on. Likely. Ger Manley will be happy with how the score's gone so far. We have 14 minutes to go, sorry. And another wee break. Zoe Reid having a break. The Megan Ralph coming back on. Zoe, top scorer in Scotland this year. Really important player for Badenoch. Her father Neil Reid, of course, captain for when Canisius won the cup here, I think in 1988, if I'm right. Famous, probably the most famous set of glasses in sport outside of Dennis Taylor's. But great, a good guy as well, and sponsor of the Badenoch ladies team, and involved in the management of their Valerie Fraser side this year. So again, Hazel Hunter just couldn't get much from it here, but Scotland play it wide. Beautiful ball. This is more like it. Finds McVicker. Oh, Ali McVicker just couldn't do anything with it. It was a really nice little bit of play there with Rona Stewart involved. But Ali McVicker over there just for the wee lassie from Oban. She is not scared to get stuck in, and she is playing the ball in here. She got a great support in from the Glasgow Gaelic School. They're up in strength to support their PE teacher, and yeah, Callum Gervin has given a free hit, I believe. I think is it a free hit or is it a sideline cut? We'll soon see. Yep, it's going to be a free hit, and this is a great chance for Scotland to at least cut the deficit. I'm not sure what Ross Brown would prefer. He probably would prefer a goal, I imagine, but it might be worth just popping over a point. Rule change. For a good few years there was a rule where if it was a dead ball struck from the ground, it would could count for 2, which was obviously an advantage to the Scots, who can cleanly hit it from the ground, whereas the Irish are more used to, you'll have seen with the sideline cuts from the Irish not being particularly clean, that even for the best players in hurling, it's very hard to strike a ball well off the a dead ball off the ground, so they tend to take a pull, lift it and pull it from there, which meant they only got a point. Now that rule is gone, so there you go. Megan Ralph. Oh, and unfortunately for Megan Ralph, it just kind of wasn't either fish nor foul. It just kind of went wide. It was a well struck ball, but goes past, and the score remains Ireland 13, Scotland 6 here with just under 12 minutes to go. Ball hit up off the tee. And Natalie MacDonald after it. Oh, it's good to break out though. Another chance though for Scotland. There we go. We have a sideline cut here for Scotland. Rona Stewart's going to take it. And Rona's hitting's been good today. Probably won't be now, I'll definitely have cursed her. But no, it's a great ball in the danger zone. Fantastic. Here we go. Surely opportunity here for Megan Ralph. Oh, unlucky. Hazel Hunter. There we go. She's missed it. Oh, Rona McIntyre. An absolute sitter. And it's gone. Just that really should have been buried though. It's trying to be positive from the bench, but really that was the opportunity. Disaster for Scotland, really. That should have been buried. And unlucky for Rona. She's been a great servant to the international team over the years, but she'll be head in the hands that one wasn't cutting the deficit to 9-13. So Ireland breathe a sigh of relief. They still maintain their 7-point leads and a couple of change. And it's been a tough one. That was Scotland's only real chance in this half so far. It's really looking hard for Scotland to get back into this now. A bit of chat going on here. There's an injury, yes, got a slight bit of an injury over to the far side. Treatment on the park, Callum Girvan kind of chatting to Amy Corcoran, the goalie. I think it's looks like it's Derville McGee, which hope nothing's seriously wrong with her, but it'll be a sigh of relief from a Scottish perspective because she's been a really important player in this half. And she's off for more treatment behind the goals, and we are waiting for the ball to get hit off there by Corcoran, and we've got Hagan after it. Hagan again, pops it in, trying to find Hegarty. Falls to McLeod, Lexi McLeod. She's in against Hegarty though. McCarthy, that powerhouse in the middle part, the captain. Looks like Hannah McDonald might be getting ready to come on for her debut. She was Valley Diffuser player of the match last year. As O'Haver won it, she's going to make her debut. And Beth McClellan going to go back on and hopefully add a goal. The Irish catch it, pick it up, and it's played in. It's nagging ball out the sun for Galanders. She'll make sure it's there. So it looks like Hazel Hunter and Rona McIntyre will be replaced. Haven't really had much chance to do much. Rona McIntyre, however, that miss which will be haunting her tonight. Joanne Glanders standing over it. She's going to be looking for this ball to get here. The wind's slightly dropped, but it's swirling, and it really made the difference in the second half. But it's a little bit further than she's been getting. Lexi McLeod drops it in there. There's McLaughlin. Ran down there, Quinlisk and Thompson. Prison warder Maddie Duncan. Now that perhaps is a foul given against Maddie Duncan, but I don't really think she could do much about it. So, but Saoirse McCarthy is going to do that now. Katie Drain shouting, "You got to charge it," when they do. The minute that McCarthy touches this, she'll be in it. They are going to do this here, so McCarthy, Garvin making sure they're in, but Ireland making sure they hit it. But that's McCarthy, I think that's dead centre, and it's yep, it's a point. Yep, we have a point. There we go, a point from a free hit. I think that's the first of the day. So that's Ireland 14, Scotland 6. And as Fiesta by the Pogues rattles out here over the of all the tunes they could have chosen to represent the Irish nation scoring a point, it's a cracker. So there we go. So Shane, of course, a good Tipperary boy, despite the London accent. So rest in peace, Shane. Anyway, here goes Ireland again, looking to do it. They're now 8 points to the good. Christina McDonald, DD, just letting that fly. She's had a good game today. It's really no Scotland player can fault themselves today. Everybody's putting a great effort. They just really, the weather's been a real advantage to the Irish. Scotland haven't managed to add a point in this half, but there's been no lack of effort, no lack of spirit. Mary Duncan here taking the sideline cut. Oh, not as clean a hit. Oh, I bet it could be a Scotland ball, but Ireland will keep it in. Keep it going, Natalie MacDonald working away. And Lexi McLeod tries to keep it in, but the Irish feeling a bit more comfortable, and they've been that 8-point cushion. They know that really Scotland would have to score 3 goals to get back in this, and Scotland don't really likely to score from open play over the bar. So Scotland need to do it here. But here comes Byrne. Here comes Byrne again. She's running in. This will be. She just spoons it in, and she gets a point. Yes, she just spoons it over. That's a classic little Camogie hurling trick. Just to, if you're running in, but you don't think you're a good sign, just scoop it up over the bar. And Ireland 15, Scotland 6, and it is a 3-goal deficit. Exactly that Scotland needs even to get a draw now. So not long to go. So Joe Glanders can't really do too much about that when it's going over the bar. Here comes McLaughlin and Kieran. Kieran McDonald's had a great debut, actually. Really impressed by her. And just when you're under such pressure in this game, it's really a hard thing to do. So Quinlisk started scoring today, started to get our game off here. Oh, here's a chance, so through we go, and it's surely going to be Cunningham. Oh no, but Joe Glanders again, well done. Oh, Joe Glanders definitely, I would say, my player of the match from a Scotland perspective. She's just done some incredible things between the posts. And number 9 there, Aisling Thompson, the prison warder, taking no prisoners herself in the middle of the park. A big battle there with Rona Stewart. It's going up for Scotland pushing on. Oh, but Callum Girvan puts it the other way. Oh, but I think John McCritchie, the line judge, oh no, Sonny Phillips, sorry, has signalled that it's the other way around. Rona Stewart brings it in, trying to find Natalie. And we're looking here at the Scotland attack breaks down. Hannah MacDonald trying to get in there, but first little bit of action for her. Going and yeah, again Scotland have got it. Ireland think it's their ball, but it's not. It's a Scotland ball. I just think that I guess it was quite clearly a Scotland ball, but nobody seemed to be interested in taking it. So I think Callum Girvan just switched it around. Ball comes in. It's a bit of a boo-rock here. Ireland turn, flip it in, goes across the face of the goal. It'll go out. Joe Glanders happy for that to happen, and she'll come back out to get this. Can she pick it up? Megan Ralph a bit deeper. If it can get as far as Megan Ralph, will be doing well though. Just Joanne's hitting was a. I think Joanne Glanders, really the energy's going out of the game here. Taking a long time to set up this. Even putting on a tee in this wind is hard. Oh, it's low and it's short. It'll be easy enough for Byrne to pick up, and she's got to battle through. Scotland defend well again. Just with this wind, it's really hard for them to do it. McLaughlin battling away with Cunningham, but here's McLaughlin, and she'll just spoon it, I think, over. Good defence. Scotland battling away. Chance for McLaughlin though. Battle it. It's going to go out. I think this could be Kieran McDonald after it. McDonald and McLaughlin battling away down and deep in the corner. And Ireland putting on 4 subs at the same time. Here we go. Scotland, Ireland here. Byrne, but again Glanders stands strong, and it's cleared up into the corner. Great little play. Amy Disher. McDonald, the fabrication doesn't quite work out, is right in the middle there for Hegarty. Hegarty launches it in. Joe Glanders has to be tight and quick. She is, and she gets it long here. Can Mary Stewart launch it? But Hegarty again. She's been so important, especially in the second half for Ireland. Ball played in here for McCarthy. She takes another chance. Oh, well defended again from Scotland. Mary Duncan in there. But McCarthy playing on the ground, but it's through for McLaughlin. Oh, it's there, it's a goal. Yep, Maeve McLaughlin. And Ireland put on 4 subs as we speak here. That's Ireland 18, Scotland 6. Maeve McLaughlin, just finally Scotland were defending heroically, but it's just been a lot of pressure for Scotland to try and sweep away in this second half. It's been really challenging in the wind, and it's been a difficult second half for Scotland really in that terms. There's been no, as we said, no lack of application from Scotland. Joanne Delanders has done some great things in goals, but Ireland's just been able to finally put the end to these things just with goals and points when it's mattered, and other than really a gilt-edged chance that Rona McIntyre failed to convert. There's not been too much opportunity for Scotland up the front, but here we go though, saying that. Hannah MacDonald after it, and she keeps going. Yes, she's done it. Oh, she's done it brilliantly, in fact. And Megan Ralph's after it now. Can Scotland get a little bit of pride or a consolation goal or point in these closing moments? Hannah MacDonald after it. Great to see the young Lochaber player, young Banabruch, getting after it, but the ball cleared up the line here to Amy Cousins. Who came back on in that mass 10. Amy Quinlist. Oh, it's a kick. So Scotland have a chance. Kick going back on. That's what we did think. I thought Caitlin might come on in a more advanced position. So Caitlin McLean's going to take it. And Caitlin's got a good record of scoring from positions like this, but hard in this wind. It's getting a little bit darker. Remember the men's games live on BBC Albert. Caitlin plays a clever line trying to find Megan Ralph. Now Caitlin's in space there, which would be run down. Beth McClellan trying to keep it clear. Couldn't add to her goal from her own. It's kept in. Caitlin McLean launches it in. Brilliant. Couldn't get a chance here for Scotland, but no, nobody's wise to it, and it goes out running through. So sadly, nothing comes from there, but at least Scotland had a little bit of territory. Well, here Cork cannot take it. She's got to go and get the tee. They have to hit it from a tee, the Irish. Well, they don't have to hit it from a tee, they can get it from the ground, but it's very hard, as we said. And that's it. Callum Girvin brings this Mowi 2025 Shinty Camogie International to an end. Ireland 18, Scotland 6. Congratulations. Boiochas le mointir na Héron agus amor condolences to Scotland. No disgrace, a great effort from both sides, a great spectacle showing how great the women's game has grown in Scotland, and Ross Brown and his coaching team of Katie Drain and Laura McCarthy can be very proud of their efforts, and as well can every single Ban Albanoch playing today. A great one. There is great scenes here, lots of camaraderie, the Irish and the Scots going in. It's good to see that here as they go to greet each other, and we are really glad that you've been able to join us here on the Camanachd Association YouTube. We have really been having this game started off again with Ireland, Amy Quinless scoring a point, and then Saoirse McCarthy, captain of Ireland, just who was really their player of the match throughout the day, just dominated. She had great effort from players such as Shanna Hegarty, Daryl McGee, Shiva Byrne throughout the game, but the Scotland players, I'm looking at them here in the monitor, they're tired, but they're looking at each other, they did well. You know, they're proud of themselves for the effort that they've put in today, and I think it definitely shows that Scotland deserve to continue to play against Ireland at a full international level from now on, and hopefully when the chance to go to Ireland next year comes along, there'll be a full Scottish ladies team there. But well done to Ireland. Goals by McCarthy, goal there by Maeve McLaughlin to finish off. Jeremy Manley can be very happy with how his team played, how they adapted to the conditions, and of course can definitely feel it up here on the commentary gantry. The wind definitely had a major impact in that second half, as Scotland really failed to get out of their own half for anything more than a few things. I think I'm seeing Beth McClellan has taken a bad hit, and the doctor is over there, but the team are gathering round. Joanne Galander's very much in resplendent in red. She was a very, very strong game there for her between the sticks. She made some incredible saves, which really made the big difference at crucial points in the game, but not enough. And really it is very hard when you've got one of these Camogie players bearing down on you between the sticks. Having played in myself between the goals for Alaba, it's really when you've got that, and if you stop it, you're delighted. And Joanne Glanders can be so delighted with how she played today. And we can see down there Katie Drain speaking to her fellow players. We've also got pictures here of the Irish squad. They're delighted to be there. But the men's team starting to come on. You'll see them on BBC Alaba at 2 o'clock, I believe. But I believe we're sticking around to catch the presentation. But as we do that there, we'll be here. So thank you again for joining us. Really a historic day here. As Karen Williamson and Brian from the President of the Camogie Association, they were with us early on talking about the importance of this game. And as we said, it's been a long road for the women's game to get back to parity, to get the chance to play Ireland. As we said, I think the first time they played a really full Irish team was in 2004, and then after that there was various teams under the flag of Ireland but for 12 years now, Scotland have only been playing county teams, select teams from various counties and boards, and so this is a great day for Gaelic sport to have areas Alba, Clochanay Chéile, a Gimmert Chéile, Arish Shaw at the Park of Uchtdon in Arish, the great Buck Park, just the iconic venue for the sport of Shinty, and to welcome our Irish cousins here to this historic hallowed turf. Really important, and hopefully Shinty can also get its chance in the years ahead to attend places such as Croke Park as well, and continue to grow the bonds between Shinty and Ireland and keep them strong. It's such a valuable part of it. And we're here, of course, in the Buck Park again. We talked about this throughout the game. The new exhibition that's here in the new pavilion that's been built as they've refurbished the facilities here. It's been so important to just celebrating our sport, the sport of the Gael, here in the heart of Gaeldom. And we're looking over there to over on the stand here. We can hand over there to where this is the first one. We have the Scottish team. They'll be heading up, and we are seeing the Scottish squad down below there, and they'll get their commemorative medals.
Presentation will be led by Karen Williamson, President of the Women's Camogie Association. And the trophies will be presented by Ben Hadfield from our sponsors, Mowi. Very, very grateful to them. Brian Malloy from the Camogie Association, and we are also delighted and honoured that the Right Honourable John Finney, MSP, the First Minister of Scotland, is here as well today. So Politics Society is a great honour for us.
Certainly we have, yes, the First Minister of Scotland, John Swinney, joining us for this. I think that's the first time a First Minister has attended the international series, and he's will be here. Larry Duncan of O'Hara She'll lead up her team, and Maddie played a real captain's role, a big shift there at the back to keep the Irish at bay. It's a very hard job, and a great squad. Ireland can be really chuffed with how they did, and they've enjoyed a spectacle here in front of us. Again, a great game. Well done to them as they receive these medals, and the team has to win it, and they'll be back. They'll put on a great performance for Scotland. Remember, you can go back through the archives here on the Shinty Camogie. They're going back many years. You can see highlights of various Shinty hurling and Shinty Camogie games over the last long while, if you want to go and catch a little bit of this, especially if you're one of our Irish friends joining us today. You can go and see a bit more Shinty, and throughout the season there's always live Shinty matches. Being filmed by the Camogie Association media team at all various levels, from the Premiership down to South Division 2. If your team hasn't been filmed yet, just please email in. As long as you provide a pie and a cup of tea for Alistair the cameraman, he's always delighted. So Callum Gerben as well. Callum Gerben had a pretty easy job in the middle. Got all the big calls right. It's a hard one to keep going. This game's even quicker than a game of Shinty, so his team of officials did well. A goal, got the big calls of chopping off the right goals. And actually seeing below us there's Daniel McVicker, the Globe and Camogie, his sister. I think this might be one of the first times we've had brothers and sisters playing on the teams at the same time. Not at the same time, but so that's a really nice one to see the family, the bonds that Karen Williamson talked about earlier on, of women's and men's teams working together. It's there. So that's the officials got their medals. But here we go. Here come the Irish. Mrán Heron, Sma, Ryan and Fernshaw. They've done really well today. Ireland, they set to develop. I think that midfield really made the big difference there. Hegarty, Thompson, McCarthy, Byrne, Hagan. That for me was the big difference. That was not necessarily the game was won or lost, but especially as the win became more important. Scotland were having to do a lot of effort just to get that ball over the 65, their own 65 line, let alone halfway, and that meant that running, that strong running, that soloing that I think Ireland worked out quite well was an effective, a very effective tactic, making it Saoirse McCarthy and led from the middle, led from the front, and that allowed Ireland just to keep Scotland to be score when they needed to score. They were perhaps actually a little bit loose with their free scoring, their points over the bar. They could actually have added more, but Scotland did get the goals, they got on the sheet, they kept it tight, and again I think a less windy day would have made an even better second half than we got. But yeah, really we can't say very much else, but Ireland were well worth their win. Lots of lessons for Ross Brown and his team to have there. So here's Saoirse McCarthy and receiving the quake from John Swinney, First Minister of Scotland. Saoirse McCarthy, Captain of Ireland. Congratulations, both of us. So, thank you very much to us. Gormina Magaf, Ersan Evileen, Isha, YouTube, agus gonna tap like more, there's to be calling in the show, YouTube, coming to Camogie. And yes, thank you very much to you if you've been with us here throughout the thing. I'm Owen Stewart, and thanks on behalf of the Camogie Association and the Camogie Association, the Women's Camogie Association, for being with us today throughout the game. here between Scotland and Ireland. Final score, Ireland 18, Scotland 6 here in the Shinty Camogie International 2025. We look forward to being with you in future. Agus, yes, enjoy the rest of your day. Remember to watch BBC Alaba from 2 o'clock, and you can watch more Shinty here on Shinty Camera throughout the year and in the close season. Go to Mil Magad, Tap Live, Slanawala, and Haitian Irias Shift. Cheering Drast.
Shinty Camogie International, we had their final score in the Mowi 2025 International. It will finish Ireland 15, Scotland.